instantaneous velocity and speed. What is this? Instantaneous what is the meaning of this? Instant. In the earlier video, you know average velocity means how fast an object moves over a given interval of time. That is your average velocity. Suppose I say this is your home. This is your school. From home to school or in this time interval, how fast an object moves or how fast you move, this is the average velocity. But if I say what is the velocity at this point, at this point, at this point, I mean velocity at this point or that point is the instantaneous velocity. So for a time interval, you are calculating velocity, that is average velocity. But for a particular instant of time, this is your instantaneous velocity or speed, you say. So what is this instantaneous velocity? The velocity of an object at an instant is known as instantaneous velocity or speed. So how to obtain this instantaneous velocity? Students, you know the velocity or average velocity is equal to delta x by delta t. What does it mean? In the time interval of delta t, there is a change of delta x. Delta x is the change in position, delta t is the change in time. If you consider that time interval is very small, if the time interval is very small, like that, suppose here is a position, here is position, suppose this time interval is big, delta t, that's why what speed or what velocity you are calculating, that is average. But if the time interval is very small, suppose you take here is the time, here is another time, so the time interval is very small, very close, then that is your instantaneous. That means you are calculating velocity at this instant. This is your instantaneous velocity. So time interval is very small, means delta t tends to 0. Time interval between 2 points is very small, means delta t tends to 0. I mean these 2 points, here is a point, here is another point, very close. These 2 points are very close. So what will be the time interval? That is tends to 0. Tends to 0 means it is not equal to 0, but it is closely or it is approximately equal to 0. I mean it is not 0, it tends to 0, it is close to 0. So what happens? When delta t tends to 0, when this delta t tends to 0, then the delta x by delta t becomes dx by dt. This dx by dt you know, that is differentiation of x with respect to time. But so far as physics is concerned, x you know position, t you know time. So what is this dx by dt? This is instantaneous velocity. So what you have to remember? If time interval is big, I mean between these 2 points, if you take time interval delta t, then you are finding out average velocity. But if the time interval is very small, tends to 0, I mean these 2 points are very close, then that delta x by delta t becomes dx by dt, which is known as average velocity, or from that you can calculate average speed, that is instantaneous velocity and also instantaneous speed. So what is the meaning of instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed? The speed or the velocity of an object at any instant is known as this instantaneous velocity or instantaneous speed.